Alright, so this will take care of the rest of the study guide for my class 1A. I'm just going to go ahead and start with number 4, the reasons for U.S. involvement in World War I and World War II. Reasons for U.S. involvement in World War I. British propaganda. Remember, the British were the ones that were supplying most of the information that was most of the information about World War One. So it's definitely anti-German, and it persuades us into being more sympathetic towards the Allies. The other reasons for U.S. involvement, the Zimmerman telegram. This was the secret telegram that got exposed, and it was a plan by Germany to propose an alliance with Mexico. And if Mexico allied themselves with Central Powers, Germany would ensure that they would get land back from the United States. And the last one, unrestricted submarine warfare. All right, it was a violation by the Germans of our freedom of the seas. All right, for World War II, the reasons for U.S. involvement happened on December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The Empire of Japan attacked the U.S. naval base of Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. This is what got us involved in World War II. Alright, so the next part of the study guide that we have to take care of, let's scoot down. Key events in the road to World War II. Not just dealing with the United States, but everything that happened prior to 1939. So just a couple of the key events that we want to take care of. 1931, Japan invades Manchuria. 1935, Italy invades Ethiopia. Let's see, 1938, you got appeasement at the Munich Conference. Hitler gets a part of Czechoslovakia. And then finally, 1939, Germany invades Poland. What you really want to remember here is that there's a common theme or trend in all these key events in the road, or on the road, I should say, to World War II. You saw nations became more aggressive and imperialistic in their efforts to expand. Alright, the role of government in capitalism and communism. We're talking about two economic policies here, economic theories. With capitalism, remember capitalism, there's a difference, but I always throw capitalism and laissez-faire in the same boat. Ideally, if this is a capitalistic society or a true laissez-faire capitalistic society, the government stays out of the economy and allows decisions to be made by business leaders. Communism. And Karl Marx says that, in true communism, there will eventually be no government. But the role of government in a communistic economy, most of the time, the government will make the decisions and own the factors of production: land, labor, and capital. All right, causes and where are we at? Causes and effects of the Industrial Revolution. All right, causes. We have the Agricultural Revolution. This is, when we look at England during this time period, this is where we saw the scientific farming. You had the inventions like the seed drill. You have the livestock breeding, and this all increases food production. You have an abundance of natural resources. You have a sound banking and political system. These would be causes of the Industrial Revolution starting in England. Effects, just primarily just looking at one key effect here, and that is urbanization. The growth of the cities. Now, why do we see the growth of the cities? We see more people living in the cities because of jobs. Alright, nationalism. What would be a good definition of nationalism? When, it's a belief in, loyalty to one's culture, country, etc. It's a belief in loyalty to one's culture, country, etc. Alright, what else? Ideas of Enlightenment philosophes of Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, and Montesquieu. Alright, Hobbes. Hobbes believes that all men are nasty and wicked. Life is brutish and short. And he believes in something called the social contract, that people will give up rights to an absolute ruler in exchange for order. Alright, Locke. All men are born with certain natural rights: life, liberty, property. Role of the government is to protect these rights. Locke is very influential in the Declaration of Independence. Right, Rousseau. Rousseau is a French philosopher, Enlightenment philosopher. Has a different, social contract than Hobbes. Rousseau believes that people are naturally good, and they will voluntarily give up certain rights and liberties for the general good. And last but not least, Montesquieu. Separation of powers and a system of checks and balances. So we have three branches of government, and each branch has certain powers that are delegated just to them. That's your separation of powers. And then when you're talking about checks and balances, each branch of government is given certain powers that would check or limit the powers of the other two branches. That way no one branch can dominate and control the entire government. Alright, what else do we have? Scientific accomplishments of Copernicus, Galileo, and Newton. Alright, Copernicus. Heliocentric theory, or that the sun is at the center of the universe. Galileo. Alright, proved Copernicus to be correct. And last but not least, Newton, the universal law of gravitation. What else do we have? Alright, last one. Reasons for the development of early river valley civilizations. Mesopotamia with the Tigris and the Euphrates. Egypt with the Nile. Indus with the Indus River. China with the Yellow River. Why do we see this? These civilizations starting off near those rivers. You have a water source, which equals fertile soil, which equals farming. Alright, I hope that you guys are able to look over this study guide and prepare for the final exam. I am going to scroll up to the very, very top. Alright, and I am just going to sit here for, 5 seconds or so. So if anybody wants to pause the video and write this stuff down, they're welcome to do that. Alright, class, once again, I apologize for not being able to be there for your final exam or to finish up reviewing with you guys. I hope that this was able to be of some help, and I wish you all the very best of luck on your final exam for world history. Remember to take your time. You have plenty of time to take it. There's going to be 75 multiple choice questions, and roughly 40% will have some sort of document or graph or map, and the other 60% will be from the study guide. There will be a couple out there, with some material that we have not seen before. And don't worry about those. Don't freak out if you come across one. Just try to do the best you can. Eliminate answer choices that you think or not to be correct. Once again, do your best and take your time. Read over everything very carefully, and you should be okay. I've had a great year with you guys, and I hope you the best of luck in the future. Thanks.